I currently have a cat attached to my skirt. Season's Creepings, everyone. Quinn here. Today I have for you a retro-inspired Creepmas dress, or Christmas dress, for those of you who don't celebrate Creepmas the way I do. Oh, Lucy, are you coming to say hi? So, this isn't gonna work for very long. She's gonna freak out soon. I saw this fabric at the store. I already knew I wanted to do a Creepmas dress. There you go. But I saw this fabric when I was at Joann's, and I decided that this had to be the fabric I used for my Creepmas dress. My pattern, well, hello, Lucy. Hi. You catching this? Hi. The pattern for this dress, super easy. Highly suggest it. I've already made like a separate skirt, just kind of sitting around here somewhere. And this is obviously the dress I chose. Can't recommend it anymore. It's got like minor fit issues, but that's just because I was lazy and didn't do any pattern playing with before I made the dress. Now that I'm done with the dress, I can start working on the hostess apron that I want to make to go with the dress. And that's also going to be inspired off of the same Nightmare Before Christmas print. I plan on making my apron very shortly. Very shortly. Again, within the same theme. So that video will be separate and I will show you that some other time. But for now, enjoy the making process of this dress. Alright, let's go before she destroys my dress. I started by cutting out the pieces I needed for my pattern. I opted to not make a mock-up this time around since I'm pretty comfortable with my size in the Big 4 patterns, and I really didn't have time to do that this time, so throw caution to the wind. Editing Queenie here. So I accidentally didn't get any of my pockets sewing in frame. Just know that I sew on some patch pockets onto the front of the skirt at some point. It's basically like they have you cut out the pocket top and then like a lining pocket piece, and you essentially bag line the pocket and then do a top stitch on the top edge and then attach it to the skirt facing, sewing along the sides so that you have a pocket attached to your skirt. After cutting all of the pieces out of my fashion fabric and lining fabric, I sewed the darts in the front and back bodice, and then tied the loose threads at the tips of the darts to make them lie a little bit nicer than they would if I would have backstitched over the points on the darts. Next, I prepared the facings for my bodice pieces by ironing on some fusible interfacing to the facing pieces, and now I'm just pinking the edges so that they don't fray. In the pattern, they want you to turn this under and sew it like a rolled hem. I was too lazy, and I'm not that worried about it, so pinking shears it is. And then of course I sewed on the facings to the bodice front and back, being careful to leave some room at the shoulder seams since we're going to do a special technique with that later. After understitching the facings, I ironed the front and back bodice before sewing the shoulders and the side seams together. When I sewed the shoulder seams together, I made sure to be careful to only sew the fashion fabric, as the lining fabric will be turned onto itself and whip stitched, or ladder stitched as I think I usually prefer, down to encase the raw edges inside. Since this dress has a side zip, I only actually sewed one of the bodice sides all the way down, leaving the other side open for when I have to insert the zipper. I French seamed all of the skirt seams except for the one side that has the zipper inserted into it.
I prefer French seams for skirts, especially just because it gives an extra sense of security when it comes to washing. I like to throw my things through the wash after I make them, and I don't have to worry about, them falling apart over time. Here I'm just attaching the bodice to the skirt. I always find this nerve-wracking when it's not gathered. When it's a A-line skirt like this with a fitted bodice, it's kind of nerve-wracking, but it all worked out really well, so I was pleasantly surprised for using a big 4 pattern. Sometimes stuff gets a little squidgy. I always end up saving my hand stitching for last because I don't personally enjoy doing it. So here I'm just stitching the facing pieces together to encase the raw edges of the shoulder seams. Alas, the dreaded side zipper insert. I kind of forced this into being a lapped zipper, which I've never really done before. I just kind of winged it. Highly do not recommend winging it when inserting zippers, but I have plenty of time to learn how to actually insert a lap zipper. And honestly, it's on the side and the pattern's pretty busy, so no one can really tell that it's a little wonky. I also didn't use the right kind of zipper for a side zipper, so I don't know. It works. It's fine. I don't mind it at all. Don't come for me. And I'm finally to one of the most tedious parts about making a dress or a skirt, and that is doing the hem. I was originally going to do a lace hem facing, but actually this hem didn't fight me too much when I wanted to roll it, so I just stitched straight down on it like I normally like to, and it worked out just fine. I currently have a cat attached to my skirt. Can I have it back? Lucy, are you helping me? You helping me keep my skirt in place? Can I have it back, please? Maybe. Thank you. Thank you. Kitties.